Okay, so we are going to do some tapping and we're working on the first chakra and we're going to work on our body. And so that you can be more of you. I am more me. So our body plus our consciousness plus our belief systems create the story we're telling ourselves. And what happens is, and again, that creates the vows that we make, how we see ourselves, how we think others see us. Notice I said how we think others see us. And we think other people see us the way we see us. And we're our worst critics. And also you can go a couple months ago, previous, I did a whole month on stop judging and start loving. That would be very good if you're criticizing your body. Go watch that, or go through that series also. It's very important about our judging and notice our judging. And so the body shows us that we are real, that we're human, that we're solid, that we're flexible, physical. This is a foundation of power that everything else is built on. And our beliefs show us from our family, from our culture, from our religion, our judgments, our rejections of our body, what we've taken on as true. So I want you to take a minute and close your eyes. Get comfortable. Make sure that nobody, so this is going to take a while. So make sure you stop this and get ready or do it at another time when you will not be disturbed. And I would say not be disturbed, just to make it clear, like an hour. Give yourself an hour. I'm not exactly positive on the time, but give yourself an hour where you won't be bothered. Turn off your phone, turn so nothing's going to disturb you other than listening to me and then following along with the tapping. I tell you, this is very powerful. That I've used this stuff. This is how I've gotten to where I am because I'm the guinea pig. And so it really will help change your life, change how you feel about yourself. Open up those energy fields so you can have what we just talked about, right? So you deserve this and you're worthy of this. And it is your time. If you're listening to me now and you've gotten this far, keep going. Keep going. You're going to have a little angel on your shoulder and a little devil on your shoulder. And the devil might be saying, or gremlin might be saying, oh, come on, you don't need this. Come on, you just, we're fine. Because the ego wants you to be safe. So it's thinking, if you face anything, if you face what you're really feeling about yourself and seeing about yourself, that you're going to destroy yourself. And you're not. It's actually liberating because you're going to see it's not who you really are. And that's the thing, is we have to realize what is operating. What's the operating system that's within us right now that is keeping us from being us and that is making us so judgmental about ourselves, not liking ourselves, thinking we're unworthy, not enough, unlovable, etc. Which is a bunch of baloney, and it's all programming that has you feeling and thinking that way. And then it's not feeling safe. And so again, you made those vows in order to, I will not be like such and such, or I will not act like this group of people. And so in order to do that, when you state that, it is keeping you from being you because you're having to be not like them, which actually is reinforcing the negative in you. and it's closing down your energetic fields. So you're attracting to you the things you don't want versus expanding and being open and aligned energetically, attracting the things that you do want and deserve and are here to create. It's like your purpose, your life force energy. Okay, so let's move on. Let's visualize. So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to see yourself dressed now as you are, looking into a mirror. You're by yourself. And feel your body and feel your feelings about it. Just look at it and just be honest and looking into the mirror and feeling your feelings, what you're feeling, and what are you feeling about your body. And then let yourself go back into the past and find a time that your body let you down. Let you down by creative pain. You had an injury. You were sick. You had some syndrome, some illness, or you had weight issues. You needed medical help, or something you've always felt a dislike about your whole life, dislike about your body, about not being the way that you want it to be your whole life. You wish it was different. It's not perfect enough. Or someone insulted you about your body and it shocked you and put you in disbelief. Come up with one of those. Remember it, and then say, my body has let me down. Something's wrong with me. It's not supposed to let me down, right? My body has let me down. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that is so true, and a 1 being somewhat. Write that number down. So get a piece of paper. Stop this if you need to, and write that number down. And then what specifics came up? Write down if there's any what the specifics were that came up when you say that. My body has let me down. What is it? How did it let you down? Write that down. Does it bring up anger or lack of forgiveness? Like for me, one of my things is that my left knee never had a deep enough groove for my kneecap to stay in. So I would easily dislocate my kneecap. And I'm very athletic. And so as a young child, when that first went out, and I would be doing gymnastics and it would go out in the air while I was doing something or playing. And then, and I love to dance and I love to play tennis. And I thought, oh, I could be a great dancer, or I could be a professional tennis player, and volleyball. I loved beach volleyball, and I never could go to what extent I could go to because my knee, there's nothing that I went to top athletic doctors, and they just said there's nothing we can do, and just because they can't shorten the tendon, there's nothing that could do it. That it's kind of a rare thing, but you just live with it. And so I've just learned to live with it and strengthen my legs and played tennis and dance and all that other stuff. And periodically, a while back, it would go out, and it hasn't gone out, and it's not going to go out again. But it is, it is just it let me focus on other things that were important to me, like coaching and my artwork, etc. So what for you? where's it been let you down? Also, I would say for me as wait at certain times before I was trying to before I found what works for me, but what for you. That I would be, as a little kid, um, I was either really, fit, or like when I dislocate my knee, then I'd eat donuts or something. Or then also it was like the time when more processed foods and stuff were coming through. And my mother was a single parent, so she'd get us TV dinners and stuff. So I was eating crap. So then, I got heavier. I was affected by those things, and not being it, running around, and the things were going to my body, but I just kept thinking, something's wrong with me because, um, people would call me fat, and I felt so it was not a nice time. So what is your things, and how did that make you feel? So I felt frustrated. I felt, not enough, not good enough, not skinny enough, not athletic enough. Like inside of me was like, yes, like and it's just like, no. um, but that's all right. And now I've done this work, and I continue to do work when things show up. All right, so let's get to some tapping then. So if you've never done tapping before, um, we're going to start tapping right at the corner of your eyebrow. And we just use like two fingers. If you want, if you've done this before, do it the way that you like to do it. It doesn't matter. If you've never done it before, I'm just going to say you can do two fingers. If you want it, you can do it on both sides. You don't need to. You start at the eyebrow, you go to the side of the eye, you go underneath where this bone is, you go under your nose. You can just follow me, and you can go right here, and then right here at the collarbone. And then I could just go back up to the top of the head. Now, other people would start with the hand and then do what we just did. And then they go here before they go up to the top of the head. I haven't found that you need to do all of that. So I've cut it down. And I think it works just as well for me. What my experience and the people I've worked with, not taking away from anybody else, but if you want to do the side and do all of that, be my guest. And then, so I hope you wrote down where you are in the 1 to 10, because we will be checking in on that. Again, 10 is very much my body has let me down. That's so true. And 1 is like, no, my body's been good for me. So you don't need to go forward then. You can turn this off. Okay. So, but for those of you who are continuing with us, we're going to start, and what you're going to do, and we're just going to do like 5 times, 2 times. It depends. I just get in a rhythm. And so it doesn't matter if you do 2 times, if you do 5 times. If you forget, if you're not following me and you jump to that, it's okay. It's all good. What we're doing is we're influencing the fight or flight or freeze, that part of your brain that is got you stressed out and is got you in fear. And we're also going to speak the truth. We're going to speak the truth. It's all right. And if something doesn't feel like a truth, just say it anyway, because it might be that it's unconscious in you. It might be that you can't go that deep yet. And if it isn't true, it doesn't matter. That's fine. It doesn't, it's not like we're not programming you to feel that. We're actually calming your nervous system down by what we're doing. It's calming the nervous system down. So you're going to end up eventually feeling neutral when we say, my body has let me down. You're going to kind of laugh at it. Even though you'll try to find it, but you can't, you don't feel that anymore. And some of the other stuff that we end up doing. Okay. So here we go. There's my body. There's always been something wrong with it. I've never been satisfied. Always something to make better or fix. I rejected it because it was just fat. You fill in the blank. Fat, short, tall, slow, fast. You fill in what it is to you. Sorry. It let me down, and I believe there's something wrong with me. I wasn't good enough if my body wasn't perfect. I didn't deserve love if my body wasn't perfect. I wasn't valuable as long as my body was broken. I wasn't safe to relax and enjoy my life or my body as long as something was wrong with it. Okay, take a nice deep breath. See how disassociated we are from our bodies? If we can't allow ourselves to be fully present in our body, we can't feel energy, we can't receive information or intuition. And so, what does this information, what do these issues mean about you, right? What kind of a person does it force you into being, right? If you don't like your body, if it's let you down, if you don't like the color of your skin, if you feel unhealthy, that we become afraid to be weak or vulnerable or out of control. We become like a victim. We can't take care of ourselves. It's really uncomfortable to be vulnerable. So let's do this one more time. Okay. There's my body. There's always been something wrong with it. I've never been satisfied. Always something to make better or fix. I rejected it because it was too fat, too short, too tall, too slow, too fast, unhealthy. It never occurred to me that my body was part of me. My body has let me down. I blamed it for my unhappiness, and it let me down. And I believed that there was something wrong with me. I wasn't good enough if my body wasn't perfect. I didn't deserve love if my body wasn't perfect. I wasn't valuable as long as my body was broken. I wasn't safe to relax and enjoy my body or life as long as something was wrong with my body. Okay, take a nice deep breath. So now we're going to unlock the energy, okay? And we're going to, so anytime that I'm saying something like unhealthy, sick, like that, you say your things. You can say what it is that where you feel like you're broken, or put your words in, or if I'm not saying something that's like you keep hearing it, say it. You say it out loud. Okay. So, and this is also looking at these vows and stuff that we find, and these challenges that we have. Look at them as a gift. It's like, you found a treasure box full of like the things that usually would terrify you, and you would be like, I don't want to look at them. Like they're gifts because now we can do something about it. Now you can see how it's running your life, how it's unconsciously creating actions and thoughts and feelings that are not who you really are. And we can do something about that. All right, so let's start again. I refuse to feel this. I refuse to be in my body. It's not safe. I refuse to deal with these issues. I don't want to have a body. I don't like how I feel in my body. I would rather not know my body. And I don't want to be in my body at all. It has let me down. It's caused me pain and suffering, emotional and physical. I felt humiliation, embarrassment, and shame. I've been insulted, laughed at, and talked about. And I criticized my body too. It's just not perfect, not even close. It's not the body I really wanted. Why should I be super conscious of my body when I feel badly towards it? I don't want to be in this body. It doesn't feel good, safe, free, or happy. It's let me down. It's caused me suffering. I've been in a battle with my body. I have hated this body. I've tried to negate it, negotiate with it. I've tried to fix it, shape it, upgrade it, and I just can't get there. So many things wrong with my body, and some of them feel unforgivable. They make me angry. The truth is, I've just rejected my body. I've rejected my physical body. Why would I want to be more conscious of it? I want to love it, like it, celebrate it. I want to love myself, but I keep finding things not to love and like. I'm not satisfied. I'm frustrated because I believe my body should be different. My body should be perfect. And nothing of my body should be broken. It's hard to love my body with so many high expectations that I'm always falling short on. I totally reject my physical body. And I'm right about this. It always lets me down. Excuse me. Okay, take a nice deep breath. So notice the emotions that are coming up, the ones you didn't want to feel in the first place. What are they? You can write those down if you want. Pain, fear, anxiety, vulnerability, grief, sadness, out of control, anger, resistance. We're going to rewire your nervous system. So stay with me. You're okay, right? You're all right. You're whole, resourceful, and creative. You got this. We're all together. This is not just you. This has happened to. It's happened to all of us. Everybody has been programmed and has something going on with their body in their first chakra. Okay, so we're going to continue again. So get ready. Here we go. This is awful. I don't want to go there. I don't feel safe. I'm not in control. I'm afraid. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel very vulnerable and weak. I don't want to feel that way. This is terrible. It reminds me when I was weak, I was broken, say whatever comes up. Unlovable, different, misunderstood, fat, etc. Put down there. Say it. It reminds me when people judge me and it hurts me. I feel vulnerable, unsupported, not valued, not honored. I feel physical burden I have to bear. I'm physically not capable of certain things. I'm not strong as I want to be. So I'm tuning into my body reminds me I'm insecure, hopeless, broken, not enough, ashamed, guilty. I don't feel powerful. I'm afraid. I don't want to feel rejected or judged. It feels unsafe. I'm afraid of being abandoned, alone, if I'm not good enough, if I don't look good enough. I'm afraid I'll be alone. No one will love me. I always feel I'm in danger, on high alert. It's running in me all the time. How to prevent blank, fill it in, and how to make better blank, right? It's that perfectionist looking at how do I prevent this from happening and how do I fix what just happened? Okay, let's continue tapping. It's sad. I'm never satisfied. I'm highly critical and disappointed in myself. All this emotion, grief, pain, fear, sadness, anxiety, a lifetime of pain and suffering, all focused on my body. I don't want to feel this. Tears, sadness, so much judgment and lack of love. It's okay. It's just energy moving, waking up and moving through me. I'm feeling what's been stuck. I'm feeling what's blocked and it will make me feel better soon. Let them be released. Flow through me. I've been resisting this my whole life. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it flow. I'll be compassionate towards me. I'm moving the energy, sadness, grief, fear, anxiety. I totally honor myself right now for doing this, facing what I haven't allowed in years. I'm courageous, and I do honor and value all of my body. I'm never going to be the same. I see and feel myself differently right now. I'm moving this energy. It doesn't feel great, but every cell in my body is happy. I'm listening to it. I'm feeling it and paying attention to it. I'm releasing the emotions, feeling good, calm in every cell in my body. I'm feeling the energy, the stuck energy, release and rejoicing. The truth is, I'm alive in this body. I like being alive and glad to have a body. And gifts that come with it. And the gifts that come with it. I'm honoring that I'm in my first chakra today. I honor my body. I'm honoring that I'm in my first chakra today. I'm honoring that I'm in my first chakra today and in my body. And that emotions are moving. Energy is moving. I'm lightening up with the density. The density of my body is lightening up. Letting it go. Releasing, unblocking, unwinding. My nervous system and every cell in my body is releasing the stuck and stored energy, emotions that I wouldn't allow out before. I am courageous to have opened the flow of life. All right, so take a nice deep breath. How are you feeling now? What's showing up now? Where are you feeling resistance? What truths and desires are coming up? What did you notice you've been swallowing and stifling? So maybe some things that are coming up might be a vow to never ever love my body or love my sexuality or be in my power, to always be wounded, to always be a victim. And when you come up across these vows, right, they throw up self-loathing and they want to keep you disempowered. It might be disgust, shame, etc., to want to keep you broken, keep reminding you that you're not enough. But this is not the truth of who you are. You may have a vow to be broken. I'm so broken. to be depressed, to be in despair, to be hopeless, to rage, to have anger, frustration. And it becomes a battle, right? You're like in this internal battle, and your body wants to be celebrated and wants you inside of it and wants you, the life force, to be living through you and wants you to be expressing out in the world. But you are in this war with your body, and not liking it, or at least you were. We're moving you out of that, right? So let's continue. So if there is any resistance, this is what, so we're going back over this program. We're neutralizing your nervous system around all of this so you can feel good about being in your body and feel good, start to feel compassion and love, or deep caring for yourself. All this intensity, my eyes are now open to see what my programming is in my body. I've been blaming my body for what I've been hating about myself. And it's not actually all of me. It's a piece of me. There is a part of me that runs this program, that runs the wounding. And this runs the criticisms and the perfectionist in me. This negative story keeps playing over and over. My regular feelings about my body are on constant replay. It all started at a young age, and I kept adding to it. Other people added their judgments to it, and I believed it was real and true. So I added more pain and suffering and grief by giving my power away and beating myself up. So sad. It was me. It was the truth. That's what I've thought. But now I know better. My eyes are open now. I now see I made vows as a child, a vow of self-loathing and to be powerless. I did it to protect myself. I didn't know better. If I hate myself, I'm less vulnerable. Part of me made a vow to never forgive myself because I'm always broken, unfixable, not perfect. I can see that now. I can see how often it happens. It's running a lot. It's running my life like it's the truth, but it's not. I'm seeing the programming now that it might not be true. I'm at a place to make a choice about this story. Do I want to continue living it? Or can I live the truth and create a new story to be living by? I've observed that this story is weakening. As I become more aware, it weakens. I can make courageous choices to change how I feel about myself. The truth is, in this now moment, I'm alive. I want to be alive in this body. I don't understand it. It's perfect for me in this life. I'm open to feeling my body in a way I've never have before. I'm open to feeling the solid electromagnetic energies that makes up my body. Every cell of my body functioning miraculously. I open to feeling that. As I'm aware of my stories running through my head, I'm going to observe my body, how it feels, the sensations, the energies, the messages. My body is always talking to me. I'm going to start listening and be present for it. I'm creating a healthy and unconditionally loving relationship with my body. I'm open to feeling the aliveness, vitality, pain, emotions, and love, etc. And release all my attachments to the old stories and outcomes. I will choose love, freedom, compassion, gratitude over fear and criticism. Every cell is talking to me daily, and it's never the same thing. Because my body is always new in this now moment, always healing itself, expanding, processing, assimilating, consuming, and releasing and renewing. I do that one again. Oops. Every cell in my body is talking to me daily. And it's never the same thing. Because my body is always new in this now moment, always healing itself, expanding, processing, assimilating, consuming, and releasing and renewing. I honor my body. I honor the old stories and release them as they come into my consciousness. I am fully present in my body, so I am fully present in my world. I will build trust with my body so we can support each other. I will give my body what it needs and desires because I am worth it. I deserve it. And without my body, I can't live my purpose and my mission. Together, we can serve our highest potential. Divided, we fail our mission. My body and consciousness are a team. Together, we can create miracles and spread love. We are in our power and free to express who we truly are in the world, even if it looks messy. Take a nice deep breath. Woo! Okay. So now go back And I want you to say, my body has let me down on a scale of 1 to 10. What is that number? And if the number is still like 5, 4 or above, go through and tap on this again. Do the tapping again and really get to the whatever. If I didn't say something, if I didn't cover all of the bases on here, then you add what's coming up for you, what you learn. I might journal right now because stuff will probably be coming out, and you can be like, wow, what are all the ways that I was not loving myself? What are the vows that are coming up for you, right? And let me remind you first chakra vows. Um, so vowing to be loyal to the family, like giving your power away to your family. So they're the ones that say how you can be and how you can show up and what you can do. That you'll keep the secrets of the family. Family always comes first, so you never come first, right? I vow to never really feel deserving. I vow to never allow myself reward. I vow to never have fun with money unless I punish myself after. I vow to never surpass anyone in the tribe. So if your tribe is really unhealthy and does what we just did the work about, and they all don't like their bodies, and they all, like there's a lot of negativity of life, and life force energy is really low, and you have a high life force, then making the vow to be like your family in order to feel safe and secure, kind of like turned your pilot light of life force energy down, feeling that it is not safe for you to be vibrant and alive and healthy, attracting things, manifesting things, having the good life when all of your family is suffering. But you're not responsible for their suffering, as you can start to see now. They're responsible because of their beliefs, their programmings, how they've been programmed, their traumas and stuff, that were the vows that they made at a young age. And then kind of we're passing those vows down to you, those beliefs down to you. And then also it can be too, like, I'm not going to be like my mom or dad or somebody in the family. Then you never get to be like you. You never get to really be free to express who you are in your body. And so to say, like, maybe there's somebody in your family, maybe it was an aunt or something, or you had a single mom who was very sexual, and she but you grew up in a religious background where that was a no-no, but this was happening anyway, and you made a vow that you would not be sexual. There's kind of this purity somehow, you figure that out, what exactly it is, but then you don't get to be you sexually. You don't know what that is, and you're thinking that if you were like your mom, that somehow, again, you have a belief and a story around that it's evil, or it's not healthy, or you'll never be sexual after you have children because it takes away from your children's energy or something. Again, there's all these stories. A million different stories can be told in that. And so it's finding your stories, where these vows are, and how they're denying. I vow to be loyal, lie, deny me to be safe. Like, what the reasons the tapping is to calm your nervous system down, because you won't change unless you feel safe. And so a lot of times you're not going to go do something new because you have a deep vow in you that, like, to never be safe. Like, if you've been abused, if you've been physically abused, you probably made a vow to never be abused again. So what you end up doing is always feeling like a victim, right? You can always be a victim, and of course, the abuse did happen to you, but it's how again, the energies that you're creating in or closing down is what ends up being attracted. And it's more about you stepping into your power. Yes, this happened to you, and you take your power back, and you don't give your power away to the perpetrator. You don't give your power away to the circumstances, that you maintain your power. And I don't want to get into the whole story of things, but you maintain your power and you come from your power. But it's if you feel unsafe, and I was talking about abuser, so everybody is a possible abuser then. So you're like living life on defense. You're walking through life like this, not trusting anything and not trusting yourself, because you're doing it as a victim instead of being in your power and just knowing, like knowing how you are supported, taken care of, that your intuition, that all the things that are available to you, your multidimensional self is here to support you, protect you, and people around you, that there are ways for you to be safe, feel safe, etc. Okay, I hope that was clear, but you can always ask questions, right? Because we're going to have Q&A, and you can always ask me questions, send me questions, and then we can have longer talks on that too. So again, and money's in this. We'll be talking about money later. I'll do the money things next week. Okay, I think that's it for now. But I never will feel deserving. But it's also like, yeah, how do you feel about yourself, your physical body? Like, that's a ton. Like, it's amazing to see all the different things about that we're saying to ourselves all the time. Like, watch, and again, you can go back to that, to stop the judging, stop judging, start loving. And you start to see, because you create what you judge. You create in your world what you judge. So if you are judging that there's, jerks out there, you're gonna see every single jerk. And just like I said, if you're judging, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna try to keep this simple because this is a lot. So I think we're going to conclude with that. And then next week, we're going to be tapping and working with money in the physical, about manifesting. And I will probably put some other things in here to help you through this week. But do this work. So your homework is to journal on all of this, and journal and list all the vows that you made with your family, and about yourself, about not loving yourself, etc. The perfectionist, look at the perfectionist. That's a habit, more, but what are those? To be like your family. And so what if you made a vow to be like your family, what are those characteristics that you said, I will be this? Like I had a lot of things that I had to discontinue from being like my family. Like like we all end up with our bad arthritis or crippled, or like depression runs in the family, or all these other little things. And I was like, no, I don't. I have a free will about this and making different choices, and I don't do things the way the family did. But I had to, you know, I had to let go of that vow. I had to find that vow and go, holy crap, this is what we think about men. This is what we think about women. This is what we think about our possibilities in the world, our manifestation skills in the world, so there's a lot here. So really journal on that as much as you can get, just pulling out little pieces here and there. It's like a sweater that's knit it and you just start pulling it, unraveling it, other things will all of a sudden come pouring out, and you will see things and go, oh my gosh, that's what's happening. That's why that's happening, right? It's the energy that you are. So if you're woe is me, I'm a victim, I'm, crap, I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, that's the world you're going to create for yourself. You need to start feeling safe to change. And that's why we're doing these tappings and energy work. So you can release that energy and be in a higher frequency and feel and think and experience, new. So how do you want to feel about your body? Right? We tapped a bit on that, but it's like, how can you unconditionally love yourself? Because that's really what you're wanting from others too, is, and what you wanted from your parents. You want your parents to unconditionally love you, because um that then to let you be who you are, to accept you how you are now and now and now and now unconditionally, and that you can do that for them too. So this is not about pointing fingers, because you got to realize they're programmed also. But and for you to really understand, and be able to unconditionally love yourself, it's also the practice of unconditionally loving others. And so seeing others the same as you. We're all unique, we're all different, but we've all been programmed. We've all made these vows that a lot of people don't even know exist within them. Everybody's thinking what's going on inside of them is real. And it's not. It's programmed information that you've gotten to make yourself feel, to not you didn't do it. It's been out here done to come in through movies, through music, through visuals, through media, magazines, books, um, stories, news, all of that stuff. So beauty industry, there's always something wrong. You're not the right weight, and the foods and all this stuff. It's a business, and you are a product of that business, of those businesses, and they're making money off of your fears, off of your not liking yourself. So you got to get like, holy shit, they've created this um, thing that has blossomed into a lot of people not loving themselves, and then not loving each other and criticizing everybody else, like, oh my gosh, look at all these judgments. Practice, you start with your family, like unconditionally loving your family, um, and just realizing they're wounded, they're traumatized, they're programmed, and they don't know better. They don't know better yet. And it is until you start waking up and start doing some work that you start to realize, and you can start to see the connection of everything. It's like, oh my gosh. And then you can start to reprogram this, rewire this in you, to realize, like, you have a choice. Your brain can be reprogrammed, your body can come back, your body is naturally healing itself all the time. And so once you start loving it and paying attention to it and giving it nice messages, oh my God, it's like boom, so many different things start happening. So go for it. Go for it. Do the work now. It changes your life. This 1 month doing this work will change your life. And the next month I'm going to do. So anyway, just do this, take this class, go as deep as you can, ask questions, become aware, observe yourself, observe, why am I doing this? Why am I criticizing that other? Why am I thinking that person should do something this way, that it's different than my way? Why am I thinking my way is better than their way? How am I programming people? how am I manipulating people, in order for me to feel safe? That might not feel safe to them either. Like, if we realize everybody's walking around not feeling safe, most people aren't feeling safe, and particularly those that weren't feeling a lot of safe, those are sometimes the people that are act the strongest and the meanest, and the bullies and stuff, because they show it that way. So it's like if we can all start seeing each other differently and compassionately, and as a each of us is a unique fractal of God experiencing this world, what you came in to experience. But first you have to remember, who you are. And so who you are is after we get these limiting beliefs out of the way, and that energy, and it opens up, and your heart opens up, and then you can start to experience more of you, who you are, and your intuition and messages start coming down, and you can start living more of your purpose and creating that purpose, etc. So all right, so I will see you in the next lesson. Take care. Love, live, and matter. Bye.